Hey everyone, have you ever wondered what the future of energy looks like? Well, something fascinating is happening in a tiny Wyoming town called Kemmerer, and it's got me thinking, big time. Here's the deal. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are backing a first-of-its-kind nuclear power plant just outside this historic coal town. Personally, I think this is a massive deal, not just for Kemmerer, but for the entire energy landscape. What makes this really interesting is that it's happening right as coal is on its way out, and this town is at the center of a seismic shift in how we power our world. Now, let's zoom in for a second. Kemmerer has been defined by three things: coal, fossilized fish, and the original JCPenney store. But now, it's becoming ground zero for what some are calling America's nuclear renaissance. The project, called Natrium, is a small-scale reactor designed to be built faster and cheaper than traditional nuclear plants. In my opinion, this is a bold move, especially when you consider the $2 billion in taxpayer funding it's receiving. But here's the kicker. It's already bringing jobs and economic hope to a town where coal mines are closing and good-paying jobs are scarce. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about energy, it's about survival for towns like Kemmerer. I spoke to Michelle Pollard, a 61-year-old coal mine employee who's worked there for 35 years. She said, "You have to change with the times, and I'm glad they picked Kemmerer." Her words really stuck with me. It's a reminder that while change is hard, it's often necessary. But here's the thing, not everyone is on board. Some locals are skeptical, worried about the risks of nuclear power and whether billionaires like Gates are truly acting in their best interest. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question. Is nuclear power the answer to our energy needs, or are we rushing into something risky? Critics argue that wind, solar, and battery power are safer and more affordable. They point to the environmental risks of nuclear waste and the potential for terrorism. Edwin Lyman, a physicist, calls this push for nuclear ideology-driven, not innovation-driven. He says the industry hasn't earned its track record, and I have to admit, that's a valid concern. But let's take a step back and think about it. Nuclear power is carbon-free and reliable, which is a huge plus in the fight against climate change. TerraPower's CEO, Chris Levesque, believes this is the start of a new era for nuclear energy. He's confident it can appeal to both conservatives and liberals, conservatives for energy security, liberals for a carbon-free future. Personally, I think he's onto something, but I also wonder if we're overlooking the risks in our rush to innovate. A detail I find fascinating is the reactor's design. Instead of high-pressure steam, it uses molten sodium metal to transfer heat. That's a game-changer in terms of safety and efficiency. But what this really suggests is that nuclear technology has evolved since the days of 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl. The question is, have our attitudes evolved too? One thing that immediately stands out is the economic impact on Kemmerer. Businesses like Fossil Fuel Coffee Company and Scroungy Moose Pizza are booming thanks to the influx of construction workers. But it's not all rosy. Some locals, like Charlotte Sherbine, are worried about the long-term changes to their small-town life. She's also skeptical of Gates' involvement, asking why taxpayers are footing the bill for his pet project. Her concerns are a reminder that even the most promising projects have human costs. If you take a step back and think about it, Kemmerer is a microcosm of America's energy debate. Coal is dying, renewables are rising, and nuclear is making a comeback. But what's the right path? Personally, I think it's a balance. Nuclear could be part of the solution, but we can't ignore the risks or the voices of people like Sherbine. What this really suggests is that energy transitions aren't just about technology. They're about people, politics, and priorities. So, what do you think? Is nuclear power the future, or are we better off focusing on renewables? Let me know in the comments. For now, I'll leave you with this. Kemmerer's story is a reminder that change is inevitable, but how we navigate it, that's up to us. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.